Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Brian Anderson. We are here for another daily devotion. Today, Matthew chapter 27, verses 1 to 32. And as you read through this chapter, you see two different strains of thought coming out at the same time. The first one is that Jesus refuses to speak in his own defense. The second one is that just about everybody else does speak in his defense. So let's look at these two strains of thought. First of all, Matthew 27, verses 12 to 14. It says this, "And while he was being accused by the chief priests and elders, he did not answer. Then Pilate said to him, 'Do you not hear how many things they testify against you?' And he did not answer him with regard to even a single charge. So the governor was quite amazed." So Jesus refused to excuse himself or to justify himself or to defend himself when others were bringing these weighty accusations of serious crimes against him. Now, why would Jesus keep totally quiet when all of these accusations are flying in his face? Was it because that he had done wrong and that he had no justification for what he had done? Well, that's blasphemy. The Bible's clear that Jesus was pure and spotless and holy and that he never sinned. So that's not the reason. I believe the reason was because Jesus at this point is assuming our guilt. Even though he had done no wrong, we did. And he came as the one who would take our place, assuming our guilt and pay and atone for our sin on the cross. Now, the second truth, it seems like just about everybody else is defending Jesus. Let's take a look at them. Matthew 27:4, Judas Iscariot. He said, "I have sinned by betraying innocent blood." Later, Pilate's wife in 27:19 says, while he was sitting on the judgment seat, his wife, Pilate's wife, sent him a message saying, "Have nothing to do with that righteous man. For last night I suffered greatly in a dream because of him." And then Pilate himself in Matthew 27:23 says, "Why? What evil has he done?" So what do we make of all this? Well, first of all, we realize that Jesus Christ was perfect in all of his ways. He was the only one qualified to bear our sins. If anyone else, any other man, tried to bear the sins of others, he couldn't do it because he had his own sins that he would have to atone for. So he couldn't atone for anybody else's sins. It took a sinless substitute to bear the sins of others. And Jesus did qualify because he was the sinless, holy, and perfect Son of God. Jesus stepped in and became our surety. Now, a surety is someone who assumes the legal responsibility for somebody else's actions. Jesus came in assuming the legal responsibility for our sinful actions, and he paid for them in full when he died on the cross. That's why 1 Peter 3:18 says, "Christ died for sins, once for all, the just for the unjust, in order to bring us to God." And that's why 2 Corinthians 5:21 says, "God made him who knew no sin to be sin on our behalf, so that we might become the righteousness of God in him." So I just want to encourage you today to rejoice in Jesus Christ and his perfect, finished work, and rest in what he has done. You and I do not have to earn or deserve or pay our way to heaven. Christ has done everything for us. We simply trust him and rest in what he's done.